What's up everybody, Tony here with High Tech Check, and today we're going to be taking a look at a whole bunch of different screen protectors for the brand new Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. And I will be putting links in the description in case you guys want to pick up any of these yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews to you guys. Now I will also be putting timestamps in the description below in case you guys want to go back to any of these at any point in time, because this is going to be a lengthy video. But stick with me because I guarantee you're going to find one screen protector that you're going to absolutely love. And if you guys want to show me some love, definitely make sure you hit that like button to let me know that you care and consider subscribing to my channel. Now I will also be doing a scratch and a drop test for the tempered glass screen protectors, so you're not going to want to miss that. And when you guys do find a screen protector that you do like, definitely make sure you let me know in the comments which one you picked and why. So I'm super excited to find out which ones are the worst and which ones are the best. So grab your snacks, sit back and relax, and enjoy the review. Okay, so a couple things before we begin. One, I just want to let you know that before every screen installation, I will be cleaning off the whole screen properly with the alcohol wipe and drying it off, so I don't need to keep showing that to you every time I install a screen protector. Two, this company, Olexar, I bought 2 screen protectors from them, and both times the screen protectors came with me damaged. As you can see, this particular package was bent, and this particular one here was also bent. It was like bent in half because they do not ship them in a box. They shipped them in like a plastic flimsy package to where they could get bent. And this is what I got inside each one of the boxes. This one was totally shattered, and then this one right here was cracked and shattered on the bottom. And since you only get one of these in the package, there was no hope. So it probably took me about 2 weeks to get both of these, and they were both cracked. So just be careful if you're going to buy the Olexar screen protectors. You might want to order a couple of them because maybe one will get to you not cracked. And I also forgot to mention that I'm going to be testing the S Pen on each one of these screen protectors as well. So here we have the iCares film screen protector. It's also anti-glare. So here we get 2 screen protectors and our installation packet. Okay, so what they want you to do is to take your screen protector. We're going to create a hinge. So they want you to put the screen protector down first. You don't have to worry about any dust because we are going to remove any of that prior to adhering the screen protector. So even cleaning, you probably want to hold off on because the bottom of the screen protector is going to touch the screen and there's going to be dust and everything. So we'll just wait. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to want to do is to get your screen protector. As you can see, we have a 2 sticker and we have a 1 sticker. So the 1 sticker is going to go on the bottom and the number 2 sticker will be up top. Now, I can already tell this probably is not going to go good because the screen protector is already bent, and that's how it came in the sleeve that it was sent in. So this might be another one you want to stay away from, but we're going to go ahead and continue. So what they want you to do is put the screen protector down on the tablet first. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take these stickers and we're going to create like a little hinge. And the stickers that I'm talking about are the number 3 stickers. And they're going to go one over here and then one over here. So kind of line it up the best you can and then put on the stickers, or actually put the stickers on first, then place it, because you're going to push these underneath the tablet to hold the screen protector in place. Okay, so it's going to look something like this to begin with. Then we need to place our screen protector. It's going to be a little hard because it slides all around, so just do the best that you can. Okay, so there is our little hinge. Just like that. Then what you're going to do is take another one of the 3 stickers and we're going to place it on the end here to give us something to hold on to. Just like that. And then just kind of peel the screen protector over. And then make sure the little tab 1 comes up and out so you can peel it. Now what we need to do is to clean off the screen and then remove any dust. So now what we're going to do is remove the number 1 sticker and hold on to the end just like that while you're doing it. We're going to do one more dust check. Then we're going to hold the sticker very taut, and we're going to let the end of the screen protector slowly touch the screen as we go down. As you can see, it adhering to the screen. And that seems to work out pretty good. Okay, so we do have some bubbles in here, but that's not too bad. So now we want to very carefully remove the hinges from underneath your tablet. Just kind of peel those off, or just peel them up. Don't peel them off, just like that. Because once we take off the top screen, these will come off as well, because we don't want to damage anything. All right, so now that we have all the stickers released, all we need to do is lift up on the number 2 here. Make sure you don't take the screen protector up with it. It did lift the screen protector up a little bit, but we'll take care of that in a second. And then just peel that off. So as you can see, we do have some bubbles here, but we're going to go ahead and get those out. And the way that you do that is with the lifting stickers. So we'll go ahead and try this out. Take one of our lifting stickers, and we'll kind of put it into the corner here. And it should, there we go, it should lift up to release those bubbles. And then just let it back down again. You can also kind of help it with your finger if you need to. And then just very carefully remove that sticker. So not horrible. The little bent end over here that I showed you before kind of is having a little problem with the screen staying down. So there is a slight bubble right there, which may get worse over time, but it's there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the screen protector. So it's actually pretty nice, not bad at all. Feels just like matte. It's nice and smooth. That in the corner just kind of, it really bugs me, especially for a brand new screen protector. And that bubble is going to get some dust underneath it, and it's going to get even worse. So I'm not really feeling that. And you can't get rid of it. Once the screen protector bends, you're pretty much done. So let's go ahead and see if the fingerprint sensor works. All right, fingerprint sensor does seem to be working. Okay, so let's go ahead and test out the S Pen here. So that is pretty precise. There is some resistance. Feels as if you were writing on paper with maybe like a pencil, but that is pretty nice. S Pen's working just fine. No issues there. So as far as the anti-glare goes, it does not seem to dull the screen, which is nice. Touch, it doesn't seem like there's any issues there whatsoever. Touch is working perfectly fine. And it feels nice and smooth too. Also, no fingerprints, which I absolutely love, which is really nice. Now as far as the installation goes, as you can see, there is a gap on this side, but there's really no gap over on this side, and that's because there's no guide. You're kind of just putting it down the best that you can, so that's likely to happen. And this is going to give you the most minimal scratch protection. Your screen will be protected, but if anything touches the screen and scratches it, it's not going to heal, so it's pretty much done. And unless you can stand looking at the scratch, you're going to end up buying another one. Now everything seems to be working good. Fingerprint sensor works good. Touch, no issues there. S Pen works well. The only two things that I don't like are the way the installation is, and it can be off. I like things to be perfect. Thumbs up if you guys are the same way. And the fact that they shipped it in that flimsy piece of cardboard, so if it gets bent, this is what you're looking at. You're going to have bubbles that you can't get out. So for me, I would probably tell you to pass on this one, and I'm going to give it a thumbs down. Okay, and then here we have Super Shield's film screen protector. Okay, and this is also an anti-glare screen protector. You get 3 of them. You get a drying cloth and a squeegee card. Now, I already don't like the fact that they don't give you anything to clean off your screen or get rid of any dust, so that's definitely a negative on their part. So what we're going to do is take one of our screen protectors here. So we have tab 1 and we have tab 2. What they want you to do is peel back tab 1 maybe 2 inches. Then we're going to put that down onto the screen here to line everything up. Then we're going to peel off the rest of the screen while the screen protector is in place on the actual tablet. So we're going to go ahead and peel back number 1 here. Try not to touch the underside of the screen. And what we're going to do is line it up the best that we can. You can kind of see that the screen protector is already adhering. There's also dust on the screen, which is always a huge problem. So now we'll go ahead and take our squeegee and kind of help it down while we hold onto this other part down here that we've already released. Just kind of push that forward and pull. Just like that. Not too bad, but it's way off. So again, they didn't give you anything to kind of help you with this guide, but if you have a piece of tape or something, you can put it into the corner and then just lift up on the screen so you can release some of these bubbles and use the squeegee that they gave you to kind of help get out some of these bubbles here as well. So my installation was off. As you can see, there's a huge gap. I lined it up the best I could at the bottom there, but it just turned out to be pretty bad. So now once you've got it in place, I really don't want to lift back up on it because I don't want to introduce any bubbles. So I didn't do the best installation on the screen protector because you're kind of eyeballing it yourself. I kind of wish there was a guide to help you. And as you can see, there's a huge gap around the screen. But once you have it in place, you can go ahead and peel off number 2. And I also tried to reposition it, but that's also difficult because each time you lift this up, you can introduce more dust, and it's also hard to reposition when there's nothing to hold on to the bottom here. So installation kind of stinks, but it is what it is. So we'll go ahead and peel off the number 2 here. Make sure you don't lift up the screen protector itself. And again, you do get 3 of them, so if you don't do very well on the first one, you can always try again. There's a little bubble here. We'll just kind of push that out, just like that. So there are no bubbles, which is definitely nice. It does feel good, just like matte. It's nice and smooth. See how the touch works. Fingerprints seem to be working just fine. If you do have issues, you can always redo your fingerprints, but they seem to be working just well. Touch seems to be working just fine. I love the way that the matte screen protectors feel. There's absolutely no touch issues whatsoever here. We'll go ahead and try out our S Pen. Very nice and precise. Seems to be working just fine. You can kind of do it light or harder if you want. Works just fine. There is a little resistance, kind of like you were writing on paper with a pencil, but the S Pen does seem to work just fine. And it also doesn't seem to dull the screen, which is also nice. So this doesn't really seem to be a bad film screen protector. Everything is down very nice. There are no crinks or anything, no bubbles. Installation, it could be better for that. It was kind of hard to place the screen, but again, you do get 3 of them to try to place it a little more. And as far as scratch protection, this is going to give you the minimal scratch protection possible because it is a film screen protector, but not too bad. I do like the fact that everything was not bent when you got it in the box because the package is a little more rigid, so it's less likely that the package will be bent. So not too bad. I would go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. Okay, and then here we have Super Shield's film screen protector. This one is clear. So here again, we get 3 screen protectors, a drying cloth, and a squeegee. Okay, so here's our screen protector. We have 2 stickers. There's a 1 and there's a 2. We're gonna peel back the 1, maybe I'd say halfway down the screen protector, and we're gonna put that down on top of the screen to help place the screen protector. So we'll go ahead and peel back the number 1 underneath. Try not to touch the screen itself. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to line this up the best that we can. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and line up the screen protector just like this. And as you can see, the screen protector already starts to adhere to the screen. So before we peel back any more of the screen protector, we can go ahead and lay this down and just kind of see where we're at with the placement. Just very gently press this down. It looks like it should be pretty good. So I'm pretty confident this is going to be nice. So we'll go ahead and take our squeegee here. We do have some dust underneath that we can kind of try to get rid of. Again, make sure you don't touch the underside here. And then as you bring this down, you can use your squeegee to kind of make sure that it doesn't have any bubbles in it, and then just pull out the rest of that screen protector as we go. So I tried to get out any little pieces that I could. You can try to lift the screen up a little bit more by using something for the little corner here, and then you can kind of lift up again. Just make sure you don't touch the underside of the screen. And then when you release it back down, just use your squeegee. So we do have some pieces of dust stuck underneath the screen. You can try to push it out if you want, but if they're in the middle of the screen, it's going to be almost impossible. Unless you re-lift up the screen protector, then you can introduce more dust. So just do the best you can first off with cleaning off the screen and with the dust stickers. And then once you're done and you have it in place, we'll go ahead and peel off the number 2 here. Just make sure you don't lift up that screen protector itself. And there we go. So it's definitely not, it's not slick. So as you can see, my finger kind of stopping over the screen. And that's because it's grippy. It's not smooth. So I don't know if I like that. All right, so it does look nice and clear. So we'll go ahead and test out the fingerprint. Seems to be working just fine. Touch seems to be working just fine. Again, there is resistance. It's not smooth like the glass, but the touch does work fine. Go ahead and test out our S Pen. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of resistance here. Yeah, so there is resistance. It kind of feels like you're drawing on rubber, like a rubbery material. It doesn't feel like you're drawing on paper, but it does work. It's pretty precise. So no issues with the S Pen. Glare, it definitely, it's just like the glass, so it's definitely going to show a lot of glare. Now, because it is like that rubbery material, I think it would probably have some sort of healing to it. So if it happens to get like a little scratch, it may heal. But as far as touch goes, I don't really care for that rubbery feel. I don't know how you guys feel. What do you think? Would you rather the screen be smooth like glass or have like a resistance to it? But it's definitely clear. Again, installation was a little bit of a pain, but you can get it on there. It's just kind of hard not to do without dust. Placement seems to be pretty good, and it goes down pretty smooth. So for me, like I said, I don't like that rubbery type feel. I like the more glass. But everything is working, as you saw. But because of the way that it feels, I wouldn't recommend it. I think it would be kind of annoying to have your finger kind of stopping all the time. And then cleaning this, as you saw when I was trying to wipe off the screen, it was stopping. So it's going to probably be a lot harder to clean the screen off as well. So because of those two things, I would definitely tell you to pass on this one. I'm going to give it a thumbs down. All right, and then here we have KW Mobile's screen guard. All right, so here we have 2 screen protectors, an installation packet, and a drying cloth. Now what they want you to do is to peel off the number 1 and then kind of place it like this without touching the underside of the screen protector, which is nearly impossible without stickers. So I'm going to tell you what I think you should do is install this kind of like the Screen Shields one, because it looks pretty much exactly like it, we're going to peel back the number 1, maybe a little halfway down the screen, and then we're going to line it up and then pull it out and peel it off that way. So we'll go ahead and peel back the number 1. Don't touch the underside of the screen. And then go ahead and line this up the best that you can. So as you can see, it already starts to adhere at the bottom here. So we're going to take our squeegee and we're going to kind of push down a little bit to guide the bubble very slowly towards the middle. Kind of try to do this as even as you can. And do this while you're pulling out the screen protector from underneath. Just like that. That installation wasn't too bad at all. So it looks like we do have some bubbles, but again, from my experience, when you try to lift up the screen protector and fix it, it introduces dust and there are more bubbles, so I kind of just live with it and we'll try to get them out the best we can. So now once we have that in place, we can go ahead and peel off number 2, making very careful. And then once you have the screen protector in the place you want it, be very careful and peel off number 2, making sure you don't peel up the screen protector with it. Then you can try to get out any bubbles that you might see here with the squeegee. All right, and there we go. It looks pretty nice. And there we go. Looks very clear. There are some bubbles that kind of don't want to come out. And again, this is exactly like the clear screen protector that Super Shields uses. So it does have that rubbery, grippy feel to it, which I absolutely cannot stand. But it should work with the fingerprint sensor. And it does, no problems there. Touch works fine, but again, it has that grippiness to it, which I don't like. We'll go ahead and try out the S Pen. It's going to be exactly like the Screen Shields one. Yeah, there is a lot of resistance. Feels like you're writing rubber on rubber, but it does work. I don't know if you're going to want the screen protector, especially if you use your S Pen for artwork. But again, it is nice and clear. Installation wasn't too horrible. They give you a couple to try, so if you mess up on one, you can always use the other. Now, one thing, just like I told you with the Super Shields, this screen is going to be very hard to get rid of like any dirt or anything, any like smudges like I have on the screen here. Turn off the screen. You can see all the fingerprint smudges. If you try to get those off, it's going to be very hard because the pad sticks to the screen and it's going to be like super annoying. It's like trying to clean rubber. You can, but it's just going to be really annoying. So because of that rubber grip and the way that it collects fingerprints, I would definitely tell you to pass on this one too. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a thumbs down. Okay, and then here we have Healing Shield. This is also a film screen protector, but this one is matte. It's got a paper-like texture to it, anti-glare, anti-fingerprints, and it has 3 to 4H hardness. Okay, so it's a little confusing for the installation of this because it looks like there's a number 1 and a number 2 tab, which I only see number 1s, and they both peel the same way. So I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go, but what they expect you to do is kind of peel back the underside and apply it while you're peeling back the film, kind of like some of the other ones, and then use a squeegee to kind of get the bubbles out. So just make sure that there's no dust on your screen here. So we're going to go ahead and peel back the underside, which is the tab number 1, and make sure you don't touch the underside. And then kind of line this up the best you can, and you can use your squeegee to kind of get any of the bubbles out that you see. It looks like it goes from edge to edge, so you have to have this perfectly aligned, and just kind of use the squeegee to kind of bring it down as we release the rest of the screen protector, and just kind of pull out on the number 1 tab as we squeegee this down. So that's done. Just kind of get out any bubbles that you might see. And then that bubble right there, that's the top layer. But again, there's no tabs to pull it off. So probably want to get maybe like a sticker or something and very carefully try to lift it up without lifting up the screen like I just did. So I don't know how we're going to get this off easily. You might want to try your fingernail. So it does look like I got the edge started here. So we'll go ahead and just peel that up once you have placed the screen protector down where you want it. And it does, as you can see, there are some bubbles here. Just try to get those out the best we can. So these bubbles don't seem like they're coming off. You might want to try to re-lift the screen protector. Maybe it might cause more issues, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for the sake of the video. So we'll get our squeegee here, get something like a piece of tape, and we'll just kind of lift up the edge here and kind of try to squeegee that little bubble out. Wow, I don't, it's like doesn't, there's something there that's not, okay, so I don't know what happened. This little portion here is not, what is that? Wow. So I don't know what's going on, but as you can see right there, that little bubble, they won't come out. For some reason, the screen protector won't adhere right there, which is kind of odd. And then, now my hands are dry, and I didn't want to put moisturizer on them because it would interfere with the screen protector processing, get them all oily. But this is like paper, it's like a paper feel. And when I run my hands across it, look at all like the dust. That's kind of weird. I mean, what happens when you try to clean the screen as well? I'll take my little wipe here, and so it does look like you can wipe the screen off fairly easy. So that's not horrible, but that's just kind of odd. We'll see if the fingerprint sensor works. Fingerprint sensor seems to work just fine. Yep. Touch, working fine. It does feel, it feels like a little rough, kind of like exactly like you were touching paper, and that's what they were going for. It does not dull the screen. Again, it is anti-glare, looks pretty nice. We'll go ahead and test out our S Pen. Screen has a little resistance. Again, it feels like you're writing on paper, and it even has the noise, and it's that noise is not coming from the tablet, so it seems to be working just fine. It is very responsive and precise. It feels just like you're writing on paper. Touch works again, no issues there. Everything is working really nice with that. Touch, again, it feels weird. It feels like you're touching paper, but it is like it's smooth. It's not rubbery. I don't know, like listen. Like you don't hear that normally when you're touching a tablet, so that may annoy you, it may not, but it feels just like you're like running your hand over paper. So installation was very frustrating because again, it showed tabs in the instructions. As you can see there, there's a tab 1 and 2, but there was only a tab 1. So that was frustrating. Installation was frustrating. This is frustrating that the bubble is not coming out and it's not sticking to the screen, which I don't believe it's the tablet's fault. It's the screen protector that's not adhering. So it is a nice concept. Installation could have been a lot better. And the fact that it's not adhering to the screen is really annoying. And as you saw, I tried lifting it up and it still didn't work. And look at that. It left my like skin dust on the screen. I don't know about that either. I think your screen would be very dirty after you be using it. So, I mean, I guess concept-wise, it's a pretty nice idea, but in execution, it just does not work very well. So I'm gonna definitely tell you to stay away from this. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. All right, and then here we have the Healing Shield again. This one is the AG. It's anti-glare, anti-fingerprint, and easy application with special adhesive. So here we get one screen protector, and an installation packet. Again, there is no tab number 2 on here to easily peel off the screen. Okay, so again, what they want you to do is peel back the underside. Then we're gonna peel it back maybe halfway and then place it onto the tablet, and then we'll go ahead and peel out the rest of the way and squeegee along the way to get rid of any bubbles. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and peel off the underside here, just like that. Don't touch the underside once you've done it. They don't make it very easy at all. Okay, so just peel back half the screen protector, maybe even just a quarter, just like that. And then take the squeegee to kind of get out any bubbles that you might encounter. Around the corners isn't that bad. It's underneath the screen in the middle that gets worse, like those there. And then just kind of use the squeegee to kind of move the film down as you're pulling off the screen. So just kind of use a squeegee as you pull off the underside here. Kind of get that down. Okay, and then try to squeegee out any bubbles you might see. So then we're going to have to take off the top screen protector. We're going to have to use our fingernail or something because it doesn't have the tab number 2 to properly pull it off. The screen protector is not exactly lined up. As you can see, there's a gap on the side and a gap on the bottom here, so I don't know if that's because it's cut improperly, because I mean it kind of looks like it's really well placed at the top. So we'll kind of just try to peel back the edge on one corner here, and then once you get it, you can just kind of peel it off, and then just try to get out any bubbles you see. So that is the matte screen protector. It feels nice and smooth, but again, it does look like it picks up dirt and dust pretty well, which is not good. And as you can see, the little bubble from the first one is gone, so it was the screen protector and not the tablet. Let's test our fingerprints. Fingerprints seem to work well. Yep, fingerprints are working very well. It does kind of give the screen like a white haze if you're looking at it in light, which I don't particularly like. Touch, working perfectly fine. It's smooth. Very nice. Go ahead and test out our S Pen. There is resistance, but it seems pretty accurate. You can move kind of slow there or as fast as you want. There is quite a bit of resistance, just so you know. But it does work. Anti-glare, I mean, it does its job, but it's kind of off-putting when you're looking at the screen, and it takes away from the contrast of the black. It gives like a white sheen. See, like you can see right there. I don't really care for that. As far as fingerprints go, installation could be definitely a lot better. It didn't come with the tabs that it said it did. It only had tab 1, which doesn't make any sense to me. And as you saw when I was installing it, both the tabs peeled underneath, which shouldn't have been. One should have peeled from the top, which didn't work. And then as far as lining it up, I mean, you do the best you can. They only give you one, and if you try to lift it back up again, it just doesn't work out very well and introduces dust and bubbles. And so I kind of wish, especially for the price, that they would have included at least another one. So because of those couple things, the way that it makes the screen look and the installation process, I would definitely tell you to stay away from this. I'm going to give it a thumbs down. Okay, and then here we have Healing Shield's AFP oleophobic screen protector. It says it's got a hard coating and it's easy to install, and it has anti-fingerprints. So here we get our one screen protector and an installation packet. So the installation for all these Healing Shield screen protectors are pretty much all the same. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to peel back these tabs here, exposing the underside of the screen protector. Then we're going to put it down on our tablet and then continue to peel out that protective layer and then slowly release it down onto our screen. So make sure your screen is clean and dust free. Then we're going to peel down the underside of the screen protector just like this. Make sure you don't touch the underside. We'll peel it down maybe a quarter of the way, and then we'll go ahead and line it up with the top of the screen here. And then once you have it down in place, we'll go ahead and take our squeegee and we'll slowly squeegee out any bubbles that we see while we're letting the screen protector down. Just like this, and then just kind of squeegee that out and then pull the bottom protective cover out. As you squeegee down, okay, it looks like we got a little bubble in the corner here, so you can kind of take one of the stickers to kind of lift up on the edge and squeegee that out very carefully. There we go. And then just squeegee out any other bubbles you might see on the screen protector with a squeegee. Then what I would do, because there is no tab 2, which it clearly shows in the instructions, take one of the little dust stickers and just stick it onto the top of the screen protector and then peel it back slowly, making sure we just peel off the top layer and not the actual screen protector itself. And then here we have a couple bubbles in the side that we will just get out here. Okay, so once the installation is done, we'll go ahead and take a look at the screen here. So the screen does look very clear. I did a really good install this time. All the edges are pretty much perfect. As far as the touch goes, it has that rubbery type feel. As you can see, my fingers getting stuck on the screen when I run it across it, which is not good, especially if you're going to be using your S Pen, because it's going to be like rubber on rubber, and this tip is going to wear down significantly faster than if it was just on something smooth like regular glass. So that's definitely not good for now. We'll go ahead and test out the fingerprint. Fingerprints seem to work pretty well. Yeah, no problems there. You just got to put your thumb in the right place. Yeah. Okay, so fingerprint sensor works. Screen looks beautiful. Touch is responsive, but again, there is that resistance when you're running your finger across it, which I absolutely hate. Let's go ahead and test out our S Pen here. S Pen works perfectly fine, as you can see. It's pretty precise, but there's a lot of resistance. You would not want to use this screen protector if you did anything with the S Pen. Drawing, writing, it would not be good for that tip. But it does work. So let's see if it collects fingerprints. There are some fingerprints, as you can see on the screen right there. It's not bad at all, but it's anti-fingerprint, but it's still going to collect some fingerprints. Now, the other thing is, when you go to clean this screen, because it's rubber, it's not going to, this cloth is not going to want to slide very easily because it is rubber. So that's another thing that I really don't care for at all either. So it kind of makes cleaning off the screen a lot harder. I have not had a good experience with these screen protectors so far, and you've seen that in the video. So this is no exception. I'm going to go ahead and tell you to stay away from the Healing Shield screen protectors altogether, and I'm going to go ahead and give this one a thumbs down. Okay, and then here we have the Better Future AACL Premium Tempered Glass screen protector. All right, and here we get 2 screen protectors. We get 2 installation packets and 2 suction cups for install. Okay, so first we're going to take our screen protector, and what they want us to do is to attach the 2 suction cups to the tempered glass screen protector itself. Now we do have a little tab on one side. That is not the side we want to put the suction cups. So we want to make sure that we put the suction cups on the opposite side of the little tab sticker here. So we'll just put the suction cups on like that. I would definitely recommend to put this little piece on towards the inside rather than the outside. Okay, then what you want to do is to hold onto one of the suction cups, and we're going to peel off the bottom layer here. Just like that. Make sure you don't touch the underside. Then we're going to grab onto the other side, and then we're going to place it on the tablet the best that we can. Then once you have the screen protector in place, just kind of run your finger down the center here, and it should pretty much adhere to the rest of the screen. Now this screen protector is not going to be full screen. As you can see, there's a gap around the edges here. I'm not sure why they did that, maybe for case compatibility, but it's going to be a little harder to place because it doesn't go across the whole screen. So once it's pretty much adhered to the whole screen, since they don't give you a squeegee, I would probably tell you to use like a credit card, or if you have a squeegee from another installation, go ahead and use that, and then we'll get out some of the bubbles here. The screen feels pretty smooth already, just trying to get the bubbles out. So now once you've removed all the bubbles, we need to take off the suction cups, and the way you want to do that is to lift up on this little plastic piece that is on there, and the whole suction cup should just easily come off, and the little bubble underneath it should go away, but you can kind of help it out a little bit more, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the screen here. It looks very clear, very nice as far as touch goes. Nice and smooth. That is very important. As you can see, there's no stopping of my fingers when I run it across the screen. Very nice. Let's go ahead and test out the fingerprint. Fingerprint seems to be working just fine. And again, if you do have troubles with the fingerprint, I would definitely recommend, as well as the manufacturer does recommend, that you go ahead and redo your fingerprints. But mine seem to be working just fine. Perfect. Touch, very responsive, nice and smooth. Just like I said, just like the glass that's on the actual tablet. And that's what we want. Now, as far as fingerprint rejection, it seems to be excellent. As you can see, I don't see any fingerprints whatsoever on the screen. Very good. So far, so good. So let's go ahead and test out our S Pen here. S Pen seems to be working just fine. There is a slight resistance because it is rubber on glass, which is not bad at all. But yeah, it is not very nice. Works perfectly fine. Seems like it's pretty precise. There is a slight gap between the tip and the line, and you can tell that because there is the glass, but it seems to be working just fine with that. So now the only thing that I have a gripe with is the fact that it is not a full screen protector. As you can see, there is quite a big gap around the edges of the screen, and you really don't have a choice because the little cutout on top here, it's super close to the cameras. They should have probably made it a little deeper so you can kind of position the screen protector a little better, but I really didn't have much of a choice. So again, like I said, there is a huge gap around the screen protector, and that's maybe for case compatibility. I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of would at least like a little more closer to the edge. So that's my only gripe, but everything else seems to be working pretty well with this screen protector. Now, since this is a tempered glass screen protector, we're going to do a test for scratches, and we're going to do a drop test. So let's go ahead and get started with the drop test. Okay, so this is the drop test for the Better Future screen protector. We're going to be using a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball, which is quite heavy. We're going to be starting off at a level of 2 feet. If it survives the shatter resistance at that level, I'll then raise it up a foot every time that it does not shatter. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we're starting off at 2 feet. And it did not shatter. So now we're going to be raising it up to 3 feet. It did not shatter yet. So we'll move up to 4 feet. It shattered at 4 feet. All right, so as you saw, it failed the drop test at 4 feet. Now we're going to go ahead and test out the scratch resistance. So for that, I'm going to be using these Mohs picks, which test the hardness levels of the glass. And we're going to be starting off at a level 5. We'll then move on to a level 6. And then finally a level 7. So typically tempered glass screen protectors start to scratch at around a level 6 very lightly with deeper grooves at a level 7. So we'll see if this tempered glass is any different. So as we can see, there are no scratches at the number 5. There are slight scratches at the level 6. and then a little deeper at the level 7. So it's pretty much on par with other tempered glass screen protectors. So now, what do I think about this screen protector? Well, I definitely like the fact that it works with pretty much everything. The S Pen works great. Touch is great. Fingerprint sensor works perfectly fine. Fingerprint rejection is definitely on par. The only thing that I really didn't like is the fact that it wasn't a full screen screen protector, but if you're going to be using a case, that's probably a good thing. So depending on your situation, you may or may not like this. Drop protection could be better. It's probably in the middle of the road as far as protection goes, and scratch protection is on par with pretty much every other tempered glass screen protector. So I definitely do like this screen protector, and I will give it a thumbs up. Okay, and then here we have Super Shield's tempered glass screen protector. You get your installation packet with a wipe and one screen protector. Okay, so here is our screen protector. There is a little tab on the underside here that we're going to peel off to expose the underside of the screen protector, and that's the side that's going to go down on the screen. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take our guide stickers here, and we're going to try to put one on one side and one on the other to give us something to try to hold on to while we're trying to place the screen protector. So it should look something like this. So you can hold on to these guide stickers here and try to place the screen protector down on the tablet evenly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel off the underside of the screen protector just like that. Then we'll try to place this the best that we can here. And then just kind of run your finger down the center here so it adheres to the whole screen. So unfortunately, we do have some bubbles underneath the screen, and they don't give you a squeegee to get out the bubbles, but you can use a credit card to smooth them out. Now for this bubble here, I'm going to try to squeegee it out without lifting the screen protector. We'll see how well that works. And it seems like I did get it out, and that's the easiest and best way for you to do that. Because when you lift the screen, you do run the risk of cracking it. So if you can push out the bubble, that is your best option. And this is also a full coverage screen protector. Just leaves a slight gap on the side, which I absolutely love. So we'll go ahead and look at the tablet. So far the installation looks beautiful, and the screen feels nice and smooth. So there are no bubbles on the screen. There are like little pieces of dust or hair or fuzz on the bottom here, but that's not the screen protector's fault. So as far as touch goes, it does feel nice and smooth. Very responsive. As you can see here, there's no issues. Yeah, no issues there. We'll go ahead and test out our S Pen. Very, very smooth with the S Pen. Just a slight bit of resistance. Seems to be pretty precise as well. Very nice. Yep, no issues there. Awesome. As far as fingerprint resistance goes, it does have some slight smudging, but you can simply just wipe that away. You're not going to really be resting your palms on here unless you might be drawing. But as you can see, it wipes off very easily. So let's go ahead and test out our fingerprint. Fingerprint seems to be working just fine. I'm very hopeful for this screen protector. Everything seems to be going well for it. It's got a nice glassy touch. It's full coverage. S Pen works fine. Fingerprint sensor works fine. It does okay on the fingerprint rejection. Now we're going to go ahead and test out the scratch resistance and the drop test. Okay, so this is the drop test for the Super Shield's tempered glass screen protector. We're going to start off at 2 feet. So it did crack, but because the ball bounced and hit the end there. So I'm going to keep going because it didn't crack in the middle. Okay, so now we're going to raise it up to 3 feet. So it cracked at 3 feet. So we did have a little instance where the ball dropped at 2 feet, kind of bounced, and hit the little edge here and did crack, but I didn't count that because it didn't hit in the center of the screen. And then we moved up to 3 feet and it did crack directly in the center of the screen. So it only lasted up to 3 feet, and that seems to be the trend. About 3 to 4 feet for the drop protection for these tempered glass screen protectors. So now we're going to move on to our scratch test. We're going to go ahead and start off with a 5. And we're going to go ahead and move on to a 6. And then finally on to a level 7. So if we look at the screen protector here, as you can see, there are no scratches at the level 5. There are some light scratches at the level 6 and deeper at the level 7. And again, that's pretty much on par with all the other tempered glass screen protectors out there. So again, this tempered glass screen protector had everything going for it except for the drop protection. So fingerprint sensor worked fine, touch was really great, S Pen worked perfectly fine. It was full coverage, but it only lasted at the 3-foot mark for the drop protection. So just for that, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a thumbs down. Okay, and then here we have Orzero's tempered glass screen protector. So here we get 2 tempered glass screen protectors and 2 installation packets. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our screen protector here. As you can see, there is a sticker on the side here with the number 1. That's the sticker we're going to peel off to expose the underside of the screen protector. What you want to do is take your little stickers here. There's guide stickers. We're going to put those onto the top of the tempered glass to kind of give us something to hold on to when we're installing the screen protector. So you can kind of put your guide stickers on like that, and then it should give you a little something to hold on to while we're installing the screen protector. But you have to be very careful, because if you lift up any on these little stickers, they will come up very easily. Okay, so we're going to very carefully peel off the underside of the screen protector and then just kind of place it the best you can. Yeah, these guide stickers aren't working. Then when you kind of have it in place where you want it, just kind of run your finger down the middle and it should adhere to the rest of the screen, just like that. These guide stickers are useless. Now the one thing I kind of wish that they would have given you is a squeegee to get some of these bubbles out. So you can kind of use a credit card. I don't know that I would try to use my finger. I'd probably try to use a credit card more than anything. There does seem to be a little piece of dust stuck under there, which is unfortunate. So in the case you get something underneath your screen, you can try to lift it up. You need to be very, very careful because you don't want to crack the screen protector, 1, and then 2, you don't want to introduce anything else to the screen protector. So I'm going to very carefully try to lift up on the glass here. So it looks like we were successful. Okay, so not too bad, but now this end doesn't want to stay down. See this? That's what I was talking about. So you gotta be super careful, or you might introduce other issues like I just did. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get out the rest of these bubbles here. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the screen here. It definitely does look nice. I do love the fact that it is full coverage. It goes across the whole screen. It leaves a slight gap around the edges, as you can see there, but it's not horrible at all. So definitely a plus on that. As far as touch, feels pretty much just like the glass that's on the screen. Very nice. Does it collect fingerprints? It seems to be doing pretty good for the fingerprint rejection. Very nice. Does my fingerprint work? Yes. No issues there. Okay, so far so good. Touch. Again, it's nice and smooth. It's very responsive. No issues there whatsoever. So we'll go ahead and try out our S Pen. S Pen works. There is some resistance because of the rubber tip, but it is working perfectly fine. If you do it really light, you might get like intermittent pieces like that. But it is working. Okay, S Pen definitely a plus. Touch a plus. It's very clear. Cutouts for your camera are perfect. The only thing I didn't like so far was the installation. Those guide stickers are absolute trash. They don't work. So it left me with no choice but to kind of just hold it by the sides with my fingers, which I didn't like. It makes it very hard to install properly and hold on to without touching any of the underside of the screen. So they definitely could have included something to help make the installation process go a little smoother, but I think that's probably just a small gripe. You could probably remedy that yourself, and maybe like a squeegee to get out some of the bubbles. But now let's go ahead and test out the scratch resistance and drop resistance. Okay, so this is for the OR Zero screen protector drop test. We're going to be starting off at 2 feet. Okay, it didn't shatter yet. Okay, we're going to move on to 3 feet. And it shattered at 3 feet. Okay, so the shatter resistance isn't that great. It's not the worst, but it's not that great. So let's go ahead and move on to the scratch test. We're going to start off with a number 5 here. Then we're going to move on to a number 6. And then we're going to move on to a number 7. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a look here. So as you can see, there are no scratches at the number 5, which is pretty normal. We see some scratches starting off at the number 6, and then some deeper scratches at the level 7 there, which is pretty much on par with every other tempered glass screen protector. So this is pretty unfortunate for this tablet because I really liked everything about it except for the drop protection. As we saw, the Better Futures had a drop protection of 4 feet, and this one's only at 3. But it's kind of hard because everything else was so great. So if you're not too concerned about the drop protection, this screen protector seems to be pretty good. But if you want the best drop protection, this is definitely not going to offer it for you. So I would probably go ahead and give this one a thumbs down. Okay, and then here we have ProCase tempered glass screen protectors. Here we get 2 installation packets, and we get 2 screen protectors. So unfortunately, just like some of the other screen protectors, this one does not come with a guide. It comes with those stickers, which aren't any better for trying to install this on your screen protector. So as you can see, there is a sticker that says 1. That is the back. We're going to peel that off, and then I would just suggest to you to use your fingers just like this to try to install it on your tablet, because as I said before, those guide stickers are trash and they're probably just going to make things a lot harder to install. So just peel off the underside very carefully, making sure you don't touch the underside of the screen protector. And then we'll kind of just try to place it the best we can. This is a full coverage screen protector, so try to get it as closely lined up as possible. And then just kind of press down the middle so it adheres to the rest of the screen. So once you do have it down, you can try to use a squeegee if you have one, or a credit card to try to get some of the bubbles out. So I did try a different way of installing the screen protector that I thought might be a little easier, but it was not. It is very unfortunate that this doesn't come with anything to help you guide the screen protector in place, because this does seem like a pretty nice screen protector. Again, it is full coverage. It's just very hard to hold on to the screen protector without holding the underside without some sort of guide. And like I said before, those guide stickers that come with it are trash. They don't stay on the screen because of the oleophobic coating. So it just makes it more difficult and more likely for you to mess up. So the screen does look very nice. There are some dust particles underneath, which, I tried my best to get them out. But another thing with the bubbles, I will caution you to be very careful if you're trying to lift the screen protector to get the bubbles out like I did, because if there are bubbles kind of like in the middle of the screen like I had, it is very hard to get those bubbles out without lifting up the screen protector. So I very carefully lifted up the screen protector. It seems to be adhering all over the screen, which is great. So no problems there. As far as touch, awesome, very smooth, just like the glass that's on the tablet itself. I love that. Very nice. Got a very good feel to it so far. As far as fingerprints goes, it does pick up a little bit of fingerprints, but it does some pretty good rejection for that. Go ahead and test out our fingerprint sensor. working perfectly fine. No issues there. Yep. Touch, very responsive. Super smooth. I love it. It's like butter. So that works well. Very clear. We'll go ahead and test out our S Pen. S Pen works, seems to work really well. Nice and smooth. There is just a little resistance, which is definitely something that you want. You don't want a lot of resistance, just a little bit. Seems to be pretty precise too. The line is right with the tip. There is a slight gap because it is sandwiched between a piece of glass, but S Pen working great. Very nice indeed. So far so good. Everything's working great. I love the fact that it is full coverage. The little cutout at the top is perfectly lined up with your cameras. So let's go ahead and test out the drop resistance and scratch resistance. Okay, so this test is going to be for the Pro Case tempered glass screen protector. We're going to start off at 2 feet. No shattering yet. All right, then we're going to move up to 3 feet. All right, and it shattered at 3 feet. So I'm kind of worried that this is going to be the trend for these screen protectors. They're going to fail around 3 and 4, and we might not be able to get any better drop protection than that. I do have a couple more screen protectors to test, but this one failed at 3 feet, which isn't good for cell phone screen protector standards, but again, like I said, this might be the trend for these larger screen protectors, but we're going to go ahead and keep testing. We're going to move on to our scratch test here. So we're going to start off at a 5. Then we're going to move on to a 6. And then finally move on to a number 7. So as you can see, there are no scratches at the level 5, but there are some at the 6, and then deeper at the level 7, which again is on par for pretty much all the screen protectors that are tempered glass. So it was very unfortunate that the screen protector failed at only 3 feet because it really had everything going for it. Everything worked perfectly fine on it. It was full coverage. Screen looked beautiful. Fingerprint sensor worked. S Pen worked amazing. Everything was great about it except for the drop protection, and I'm trying to give you the best screen protectors all around, but drop protection I think is a pretty big deal for people that want to protect a very expensive tablet. So for that, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this one a thumbs down, unfortunately. And then here we have the Spigen Glass TR Easy Fit screen protector. Now I'm really excited for this one because it does have a full installation guide for that perfect install on it. Let's just hope that everything else about the screen protector is great as well. All right, so you get one installation guide, an installation packet, and one screen protector. All right, and then here we have our guide. As you can see at the top, it says top, and at the bottom here, it has a little charging port signifier. So you want to make sure when you put your tablet inside the guide, the charging port is down at the bottom here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put our tablet in place here. There we go. Just kind of sits very nicely in there. Okay, so now you're going to take your screen protector. There is a little sticker on the back here that does say back. That's what we're going to peel off, and that's the side that's going to go onto the screen here. Now also on this screen protector, there are these little holes. As you can see, one hole is definitely smaller than the other one, and that's the way that it's going to go on your tablet as well. So here we have the small notch, here we have the large notch, so it's going to go just like this after we peel off our little back protector here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel off the sticker underneath here that says back. Make sure you don't touch the underside once you've peeled it off. Then we're going to go ahead and make sure there's no dust. Then we're going to go ahead and clip our screen protector in place here, just like that. And then we're going to take our finger and we're going to slide it down the middle, just like that. And it should adhere the whole screen. Now it does look like we have a rather large bubble in the middle, which is unfortunate, but we're going to try to take care of that. And then once you're happy with the way that it looks, you can go ahead and just lift up on the guide here. And now we can get out the rest of the bubbles that we see. So we have some in the corner here. I'm just going to kind of try to work those out first. Then we can go ahead and take our tablet out of the guide. So now for these large bubbles in the middle here, so if you do have bubbles in the middle of your screen that you cannot get out, very carefully can you lift up on this screen and kind of work the bubbles out that way. But if you can push them out, definitely do that instead of lifting the screen, because you can crack it if it bends too much. See, this little bubble's coming back right there, so I might not have any other choice but to lift up on the screen. So I'm going to do that for you. We'll see what happens. Everything I think it should be fine, but again, you just got to do it very carefully, and then just kind of push that back out, and then squeegee it down as you release. Beautiful. Okay. And that's what you can do. You just need to be very careful if you can't get those bubbles out that are in the middle of the screen. But everything looks really nice. As far as I can tell, everything looks beautiful. It is, again, a full coverage screen protector. There's only a very slight edge around the screen, which is great. Touch, very nice. Nice and smooth. Just like the glass that's on the tablet itself. Go ahead and test out our fingerprint. That seems to be working just fine as well. Beautiful. Fingerprint rejection. Minimal fingerprints on the screen. As you can see, it looks pretty good. So thumbs up for the fingerprint rejection as well. Touch, again, very smooth, very responsive, very nice. I absolutely love that. So far, so good. Go ahead and test out our S Pen. S Pen, very smooth, slight resistance. But for the most part, it is very nice and smooth. Looks pretty precise as well. Great. Everything's looking so far so good, but we had that same thing happen with the last screen protector too. So everything is great. Everything is great. I really don't have any complaints. Installation was pretty much a breeze. Everything works. So let's go ahead and move on to the drop protection and scratch protection. Okay, so this is the drop test for the Spigen tempered glass screen protector. We're going to start off at 2 feet. No shattering yet. Okay, now we're going to move up to 3 feet. No damage yet. Going to move up to 4 feet. And there you go. So far, I think we might have found our winner. The Spigen tempered glass screen protector shattered at 4 feet, which is the most we've seen so far, and everything else about the screen protector is awesome so far. So let's go and test out the scratch resistance. Here we're going to start off at a level 5. Then we're going to move on to a level 6. And then we'll move on to a level 7. So as I can see, there is no scratches at a level 5. There are some slight at a level 6, and then deeper at a level 7 there. So now, because these scratches are so light at a level 6, this is the best screen protector that we've seen so far. Drop protection is definitely better than most of the other ones that we've tested so far as well. Touch sensitivity is great. Fingerprint rejection's awesome. S Pen works buttery smooth. Fingerprint sensor works perfectly fine, and it's a full coverage screen protector. And the installation was pretty much a breeze, so I'm definitely going to give this one a thumbs up. So if you stuck with me this far, thank you so much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I also hope that you guys found a screen protector that you guys really liked, and if you did, please let me know which one you picked out and why. And if you guys want to show me some love, definitely make sure you hit that like button to let me know that you care. Again, I will also be putting a link in the description for all these screen protectors in case you guys want to pick them up yourself. And if you guys like me and you want to support my channel, please use those links because it helps me keep purchasing products to do reviews for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to let you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.